So hello and welcome back to We Talk Boxing. And today I will be discussing the confirmed fight between Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn, which is set for Saturday the 8th of October at the O2 in London. Now this fight will be fought at a catchweight, meaning that there will be strict consequences, for both fighters, but mainly in particular, obviously Chris Eubank Jr., who will be coming down to that lower weight, in order for the fight to go ahead. But like I said, both fighters will, have strict consequences regarding the weight as well. However, I will also, as the fight gets closer to the date, do a pre-fight video where I'll bring you a little bit more analysis and obviously a bit more about my predictions about the fight and who I feel is going to potentially win this fight as well. But like as I said, I'm just quite happy that this fight has been announced. And my initial thoughts is that I am very excited for this fight. Do you know what I mean? And hopefully we're going to see a pretty competitive fight between two British hopefuls, and I hope it's very competitive for as long as it lasts. But speaking of everything, this will be, the Zone's first pay-per-view fight, meaning that even if you are a member of the Zone app, you will have to pay for this event as well. And that's something which I certainly will be doing as well if I don't get a ticket to go and watch it live. But regardless, anyway, I will be watching it one way or another. Now, I also want to point out as well, that one of the videos that I did, which was, about the Zone and how they could potentially become bigger than Sky Sports in the UK. I did point out in that video, of a few different ways how I felt that the Zone could potentially be bigger, but I did say that the pay-per-view prescription was one option, but they need to fill it with a big fight or potentially a big fighter, and they've got that now. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is their first one, and I potentially could see them going on now. And becoming stronger and becoming a bit more of a household name now in the UK. This is just the first of many, really. As we've seen recently as well, AJ is signed. He's signed with the Zone, so a lot of his fights now going forward will be on the Zone as well. And to be honest, I don't blame him, because that is one thing that they've kind of been missing. They've got this brilliant app, which allows people to watch, live boxing, from the preliminaries or right up until the main card, and it's got some, decent fights on there every now and again. But with the UK public, we want to see, good British, level type of fights, really. And they've got that now. Do you know what I mean? And let's say, in the future they could put on more fights like this Benn and Eubank fight, then, like I said, they are going to just continue to grow and get better and stronger as well. Now, also, I am happy for the fight, but I feel like one of the main reasons why this fight is happening, because technically we have a smaller man versus a bigger man, there's two categories difference, but the main reason is because of that legacy that both fighters' fathers have. Do you know what I mean? And as most people have pointed out, and it is true that if these guys didn't have their fathers who had two incredible fights previous, do you know what I mean? These guys wouldn't be fighting each other, and it wouldn't really drum up as much interest as what it has. You know what I mean? And to be fair, both fighters are going to be getting paid quite handsomely, to be fair, because, like, they could have chosen to fight against, a few other respected fighters in their divisions, but they would not be getting paid the amount of money that they're getting paid for this fight. You know what I mean? I did a video that potentially Benn was going to obviously challenge, what's his name? Keith Thurman. Do you know what I mean? That was the rumours, and obviously we know that's not going to happen now, and there's been talk in the past of, Eubank potentially challenging Triple G and Charlo and Andrade and people like that, and maybe a Billy Joe Saunders rematch, but obviously we now know that's not going to happen in this short term. Who knows what will happen next year, but, for now, we're definitely going to see, hopefully, as long as no guys get injured, that is, a Eubank and Benn fight. And if it is a brilliant fight. It's very competitive, and people want to see it again. We'll see a rematch, and they could potentially do that. Who knows? Depending, like maybe the end of the year, maybe the start of next year, in a rematch where both guys would get paid even more money. Do you know what I mean? But it's a brilliant fight. Literally, that's what I could say. But we know, you know what I mean, about the advantages and disadvantages for both fighters. You know what I mean. Eubank is obviously the more bigger, naturally bigger fighter, obviously more experienced, and I feel as if he's a little bit more durable because we've seen him in there against some good fighters, and realistically, he hasn't been KO'd, and I don't think he's even been knocked down. Maybe to my knowledge, I don't think so. But obviously, you guys can let me know about that in the comments as well. But you know what I mean? For me, I feel as if it's more of a test for Benn. Obviously, he is coming up. You know what I mean? He has to step up to a bigger weight, but he also has to challenge you know what I mean, a bigger man, someone who is a decent fighter. You know what I mean, but carries power as well and has some skills, and it's quite durable. So you know what I mean. Benn has, you know what I mean. There's a lot of unanswered answers there. You know what I mean for Benn, and you know what I mean. One thing I definitely feel as if we're gonna see in this fight is Benn get hit. Do you know what I mean? How is he going to react? Do you know what I mean? That's the big question. And, you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm just looking forward to it. But anyway, I want to keep this quite brief because I did say, obviously, as the fight gets closer, I will do, you know what I mean, a pre-fight analysis, etc. But let me know your guys' thoughts to this fight matchup. You know what I mean? Like, as I said, I'm excited. I can't wait for this fight, and hopefully I'll be watching it live, or I'll pay for it on the app as well. But let me know your thoughts. You know what I mean? Are you excited as what I am for this fight? Do you know what I mean? Would you prefer these guys to fight different opponents? Let me know in the comments below. Anyway, please subscribe, like, comment, and share for more boxing related content. Bless.